Sorry, I can't comprehend math in my head. I think we beat them by 25. We beat the Lakers by 25 tonight. I mean, it's an AD-less Lakers, and in my head, I'm like, we have to beat this team by at least 15. I'll take 25. I'll take it. A lot to talk about, so let's get into it. Okay. So tonight we played the Lakers, obviously. Going in, I was concerned. This was a trap game. Obviously, the Lakers are still good, but they're on a bad stretch. So technically, they're not a very good team right now. So I thought this was a bit of a trap game. But we've handled trap games really well. We've only lost to pretty good teams. We lost to Denver, lost to the Clippers. Those are good teams. Those are not trap games. The man I want to highlight... Actually, I want to highlight Mitchell and Conley. I'll talk about Gobert too, because him and Clarkson were our leading scorers. I know Gobert, our leading scorer, is a little rare, but it happened. Him and Clarkson both got 18. Donovan and Conley were both very close to a triple-double. And if you didn't know, we have not had a triple-double in Utah Jazz history since 2008 when Carlos Boozer did it. Carlos Boozer got a triple-double in 2008. That's 13 years. In case she couldn't do the math. Wait. Yeah, it's 13 years. And Donovan was close. He had a pass to Bogey, could have been his 9th. Bogey missed it. And then he had a pass that got tipped to an open Bogey again. So he definitely could have had it, but unlucky. Conley was close. He also needed 2 assists, but he needed 2 more rebounds. That's not the point, but like, it'd be nice to get a triple-double. We're gonna get one this season. I guarantee it. I thought tonight was gonna be the night where we hit 33s, just based off that first half where we hit 14, 15. I don't remember how many. It was 14 or 15 though. But we shot the ball terribly in the second half. Like, we didn't shoot the ball well in the second half. And I think that was just because maybe a bit fatigued or something. I don't know. I mean, there's so many reasons why a team wouldn't shoot the ball well, so that's fine. We shot it good in the first half, especially the second quarter. The second quarter, we outscored the Lakers by 15 and scored 39 in the second quarter. And I think that was when Gobert just went sicko mode with the alley-oops. Gobert caught so many alley-oops, and I love it. Donovan threw most of them. I love it. I love to see Donovan be a facilitator sometimes. And he still scored 13, so I'm okay with that. 13, 8, and 10. It's a good stat line. I'm not a really big box score guy, but I like seeing those numbers. So speaking of not a box score guy, Royce got 6, 3, and 4. Those are decent numbers. He usually gets a couple more rebounds, but his defense on LeBron was insane. I've never seen someone cover LeBron so well. Royce impressed me very, very much. He impressed me guarding LeBron. I think he held LeBron to like 17 points and 4 assists and 4 rebounds. That's insane. I've never heard of that. Where LeBron could get shut down that hard. Shout out to Royce, man. That's impressive. The way he just guarded LeBron, and he played the most minutes on the team. Him and Donovan both played 31, so no one really played an obscene amount of minutes. It was pretty normal rotation. Shout out to Royce on his defense. I was very impressed. Very impressed. Should definitely be an all defensive first team consideration in my book as one of the forwards. Derek Favors. So I was told to watch Derek Favors because, I've been a little optimistic about his defense. Tonight changed my mind. Not changed my mind, but tonight made me... I looked at Favors more than any other player when on the defensive end. He got 12 and 7, so he did good on offense too. I looked at him on defense. He was clamping. I mean, He was clamping, bro. There's nothing else you can say. Everyone inside the paint, and the Lakers in the first quarter were getting every single mid-range they could, but we couldn't stop it. That's the problem. It's like there were a couple LeBron dunks in there, but most of their points were just fadeaway mid-ranges that they kept making, and we were in their face, so there's nothing we could have done. That was just good play by the Lakers. But that caught up to them. Their bad three-point shooting caught up to them. I think they made like 1 or 2 threes this entire game, and I think they shot like 20 of them. Yeah, their lack of three-point shooting definitely caught up with them in the later game. That's the problem with a team like the Lakers, is that no three-point shooting, no good spacing. It scares me for them, especially going up against a good defense like us. And the Lakers have a good defense, but the anchor of that defense is Anthony Davis, and with him out, we were able to expose it a little bit. Ball movement. That's the reason we win these games, and that's what Donovan said in the post-game interview. And that's what I saw in the postgame with Scott Van Pelt. The number one thing that they always talk about with Utah is the ball movement, the extra pass they make. Like, I remember he had a guest on the postgame interview. I don't remember his name, but he said Royce had a wide open shot, but he made the extra pass to Bogdanovich, and he made a wide open three. And I was like, yeah, that's what we do. Because Royce definitely could have pulled it. And like I said, I want to see him be more aggressive. But if you can make that extra pass to where someone's a little more open, or someone you guys trust more, do it. I love the ball movement we have and the team chemistry. That's what Donovan said. He just said they trust each other and they have fun with it. They're moving the ball. They're trusting themselves. He said that's not what they did in the playoffs. In the playoffs last year, we kind of got away from that. And we're getting back to it, and that's why we're winning ball games. That's why we're 26-6. And no one's even on the radar of passing us right now. I think we're almost 5 games in front of the first team, in front of the Clippers, because the Lakers are third now. The Clippers are second. We still have the tiebreaker over the Clippers because we have 2 wins over them. Niang shot the ball poorly. He made 2 at the end of the game, but it was garbage minutes. That's okay. I mean, not everyone's going to shoot the ball well, but he just looked off. And the shots he did make were not swishes. So, I don't know. Maybe lack of preparation. He didn't really need to contribute much anyway. Ingles did not contribute at all. He did. He contributed. He's Joe Ingles, for Christ's sake. But, I mean, if you're a box score guy, you're going to think Ingles did terrible. Same with Royce, but Ingles' impact goes beyond the floor. You know how I say Donovan, his box score might not look very clean at points, but his impact off the court with his teammates is bigger than what he does on the court? That's the same thing with Joe Ingles. And Joe Ingles can perform on the court, but when he doesn't, he's performing off the court. He's getting guys together, building that team chemistry, sticking together the guys, making the extra pass. Everyone on this team does it, but I think Joe does it better than anyone on this team. And that's why I think he's one of our most valuable pieces, and has been and still will be over the next couple of years. I'll be sad when Joe retires. He's been such an important part of this franchise. I love the guy. He's insane. He does it all. He got 3 points, and the 3 he hit was ridiculous. He hit it right in someone's face. It was shot clock was running down. He just chucked it over someone's face, like 4 steps beyond the 3-point line, and nailed it. Loved it. Clarkson still 6th man of the year again. I don't need to keep saying this. There's no one in the radar of Jordan Clarkson. Averaging 18 a game off the bench is obscene. Especially knowing the amount of scorers we have. Bogdanovich, Mitchell, Conley, Ingles, all are scorers, like consistent scorers. And Clarkson seems to outscore them all almost every single night. Bogdanovich played really well. I remember the commentators, they said, Bogdanovich, this dude's weird. He is up and down streaks. He'll go 0 for 3 or he'll go 4 for 5. And tonight he went like 5 for 7 or 5 for 8, I think, around there. Bogey's so on and off, but he plays good when we need him to. for the most part. Like tonight, his 15 technically wouldn't have impacted this game. We still would have won by 10, but you never know. That's just box score stuff. Again, his impact is felt. He makes the extra pass like everyone does. This team's really good. Going into the future, I don't think we lose. They said we have the easiest schedule. I I don't think we'll break the wins record. I don't think we'll go 78 and 8, but if we do, that'd be dope. Wait, there's only 70 games in the season, so technically we still can't. We technically can break the record, but it won't count because there's only 70 games instead of 82. So we're 26 and 6. That's 32. So still got more than half the season left. I mean, anything can happen, but if we go on another run here, we're on a 2-game streak right now. If we go on another 7 to 8, lose another, go on another 7 to 8, at that point we'll finish with like 11, 12 losses at most. I think at most we'll get 12. At most. That'll double our loss rate from right now. I think at the most we get 12 losses, which means we'd be 58 and 12, and I'm okay with that. Very okay with that. The last thing I want to talk about is the seeding. The seeding scares me. You want to know why? Because the Lakers say they don't play AD because they don't want to risk injury. So they play him the last part of the season, and they're like the 6th seed. Maybe the 7th seed. Maybe they're in a play-in scenario and they make the 8th seed. And if we go 58 and 12, we're more than likely that 1st seed. That's what scares me, is that we might have the better teams might be lower seeds due to injuries. And that's a good strategy. But I don't think they win this game with AD. I don't think the Lakers win this game with AD. I still don't. AD's good, but his impact would not have been as big. I don't think Gobert would have gotten as many points, but I also think Gobert would have shut AD down on the other end. I think they would have canceled each other out. I think the big key was that we shut LeBron down tonight. And I hate saying 17 points is getting shut down, but for someone like LeBron, it is. I mean, we shut him down. Royce shut him down. That was the big key. That's it. 26 and 6, looking good. Just got to keep playing Jazz basketball and we'll be good. See you guys.